Good morning to every one of you. The beginning is the most important part. Yes, the magic in new beginning is truly the powerful of them all. We are gathered to welcome our mechatronics students to the guest lecture. A leader is one who lights the path to the impossible and take this who follows for greater heights. We are fortunately enough to have such a leader as our pillar of the strength and our constant source of motivation, none other than our most respected head of the department, Dr. P. Suresh sir. We cordially invite you, sir, to accept our token of gratitude and requesting you to share your observation with our student. Please, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Vimal. Before getting to that, I will introduce Dr. Vimal Kumar. He is newly joined an associate professor in our department. And coming back to the guest lecture, I think on behalf of our department, on behalf of Department of Mechatronics, I should say welcome Dr. Karudaiyar, our senior embedded developer from BMW Coimbatore. So I welcome you, sir, for the session which you are going to deliver on automotive mechatronics. My dear students, good morning to everyone. As you know that the guest lectures will play a vital role in your career. So maybe this semester, I think we already done 2. So try to use the platform, right, to know what is happening around the industry so that you can prepare yourself to become I normally used to say a skilled engineer. So hear from him, right, and gather as much as information, make it more interactive so that it is quite useful for you. So I once again welcome Karudaiyar for this guest lecture on automotive electronics. Thank you one and all for this opportunity given to me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening the words to our students. You are our beacon, sir. Your ability to emphasize with our students and constant belief in staff inspire us to learn new concepts. Welcome to guest lecture on automotive mechatronics. I take this opportunity to welcome today's chief guest, Mr. Karudaiyar G, Senior Embedded Developer, BMW Coimbatore, for an expert in automotive mechatronics for this guest lecture today. He has completed BE in EC from PSR Engineering College, Sivagasi, ME in Embedded System from Satyabama University, MBA degree in Technical Management from Anna University MIT campus. He is working in BWM AutoShare core machine for new BMW series. He is developing in C code for BMW engine ECU. He is working on developing CAN protocol for ECU communication. Also working in integration of functional package and ASW, BSW configuration updated. He is working in classic AutoShare. Karudaiyar sir, I have done a IoT developer for smart sensor. He has published in so many papers in various reputable journals. It is an honor and a privilege for us, sir, to have you with us today. I also welcome the faculty members and my dear friends. Today we have gathered here for the guest lecture arranged for our department students on automotive mechatronics. I am sure we will and enriched by the guest lecture. Last but not least, welcoming my dear students for this wonderful occasion. Please, sir. Karudaiyar, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vimal sir. Can you hear me properly?
Properly, sir. Listen, sir.
Okay.
Your voice is audible, sir. No problem.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and good morning, friends. One small request from my side is, if you people can't able to listen me properly, please let me know. Okay, because it's not face-to-face interaction, so I will not come to know about the reaction what you people are showing from the other side. So frequently you can ask your questions, and if you have a doubts, you can raise your hand. We have all the possibility in Microsoft Teams. So then we can start now. And before start, thank you so much for this opportunity, Vimal sir and Sona Engineering College. Thank you. And this is a golden opportunity to interact with mechatronics students because I'm working in electronic side. So I'm much interested in electronic side. So I'm feeling great to share my knowledge, what I have gaining and learning from the corporate. Yeah. So can we start, sir, or do we have any other?
Start, sir.
Okay.
Please start,
Right.
sir.
Yeah. So before sharing my presentation, first I want to understand exactly what is you people interest. So I came to know about from Vimal sir, what is the expectation from the Sona Engineering College and especially in the Mechatronics department, and what you people want to know and everything. So during our presentation, here you can feel free to ask all the questions. Don't hesitate to ask questions. If you people are feeling okay, you can't turn on your mic, then you can send it in the chat. I can read them your questions, then I can answer it. So the flow is we have here different sections. For an example, it's a mechatronics. So my plan is actually one set of section is finished, then you can ask your question. Even during the session also you can ask. Then after finishing one section, I will answer your questions. Okay, is it fine, Vimal sir?
Okay, sir. It is
Yeah,
fine, sir.
because the thing is here I don't know anyone except Vimal sir, so I will frequently ask to you, so you can support me during our session. Right. Okay. So guys, the first question is what about the mechatronics? What is mechatronics? And the agenda of today is what is the electronic control unit? So what are the roles we are playing or we are getting from the mechatronics department? So what kind of role what kind of job role you will get it when you will join in the corporate, and where you can focus on your career, especially in the automotive area. Okay. And already Vimal sir have explained about me, what I have done. So again, one more time I'll tell myself. My name is Karudaiyar, and I have done electronics and communication in PSR Engineering College, and master embedded system in Satyabama University, then MBA in technology management in Anna University in MIT campus in Chennai. And after that I joined as a IoT developer, Internet of Things developer, and machine learning analyst as well. 2 years I worked in IoT pure sensor actuator, where the mechatronics, mechanical and electronics played the role. Then after that I worked in Delhi, Syscom. The company name is Syscom. There I have worked as a 1 year as IoT security engineer. So already you people knows it. The security is a major role in all the areas, even in our mobile, laptop, cars, wherever we go, security is a matter. So I worked there 1 year in IoT security in a Java card platform. So whatever the smart card and credit card, whatever you are using, those all are the embedded chips. So everything is relevant with electronics. Okay, then after that I joined in BMW to as a automotive electronics engineer. So here I am developing a software code in C, Python, C++. Then I'm working as a architecture called AutoSAR, Automotive Open System Architecture. So this is a very common word wherever you will, whenever you are entering into the automotive industry, you will hear the word called AutoSAR. Okay, it's one of the major term in automotive industry. So that is now currently I'm still working for BMW in the next level series car, and next, that means now I'm currently working in a diesel engine and gasoline engine hybrid car as well. So my next target is maybe in the middle of next year we have a plan to start to work in electric vehicles, but we have an idea, the battery management system and everything. But currently BMW has started but not fully full-fledged, because first step we want to finish the diesel engine and gasoline stuff. Okay, that's my little bit small background about my job profile and my career and everything. Okay, right. In automotive mechatronics, you are coming from a mechatronics department. So what do you mean by mechatronics? Mechanical plus electronics. This is what you know it. So I'm coming from an automotive background and electronic side. So what is the role of EC engineer in automotive electronics side? This is the first question maybe will come to your mind, because mainly you people are focusing in the mechanical area. And what is the beauty of the electronics? When the mechanical and electronics joins, then what will happen? Automotive is one of the beautiful and strong area, not only the current trend. So it's the people craze always will be there in the car. It's not going to vanish. Always people will keen about the cars and the new technologies and everything. So whatever the technology you people are seeing in mobile, the same thing we are trying to apply it in a car. This is what latest is going on. Okay, in one side. And another side, the technology moving evolves around electric vehicle. That's another case. Okay, that is relevant with the battery mechanical parts. And another software side, so world is moving towards the smart. in IoT, machine learning, data analysis, everything. Okay, then what we can see as a point of mechatronics engineer, what is the point from the mechatronics department level or mechatronics engineer, what you can, which kind of industry you can enter. First I will start from the electronics, mechanical, how this mechanical plus electronics is joined in automotive side. Already you people knows it, when in the 1950, early 1950, we have a car, we had a car, there was only the mechanical parts. So whenever the problem comes in the car, the one person has to see everything, all the mechanical parts, and they have to solve it. This was there in the 1950s or 1940s or in the 19th century. But in the 1947, after 1947 or after 1950, the transistor, they have the electronic side, they have found the transistors. Okay, this is the first step of electronics inside the inside this world, or we can say that in the mechanical area. That is the first time they have introduced, or they have found, or they have started to use the electronics. In there, from the 1950 onwards, the electronics started to rule the world, we can say, because in 1950 we have 90% of the mechanical parts in the car. But in the 1970, 1980, 80% of the mechanical parts from the car, 10% has been taken by the electronics. That is called in the industry 4.0, we can say the industry 2.0. In the industry 1.0 in the 1950s and 1960s, this is also one of the concept. Industry 4.0, industry 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, this we can see a little bit later. But in the 1970s, 80s time, electronics started to evolve. So what happened, the another 20% market has been taken by the electronics. In the 1990s or 2000 nearly, it's actually the 60% is the mechanical parts and 40% is the electronics parts, and the ABS and airbags, these all are, we started to talk, because IoT has been introduced in the 1990s itself, but in 2015 only we all started to use. Okay, but in the 2000, actually you can imagine like 60% is the mechanical part. Still we have a mechanical parts, but who is taking care of the role, who is managing, who is giving the commands, and everything is as taken by the electronics. Okay, so you can now imagine what is your role as a mechanical plus electronics guy. Okay, then because this session is completely about mechatronics, how mechanical electronics is combined, then with this how you can get a job and how you can achieve your career. Okay, and technically, completely technical. Then in the 2000, after 2000, the IoT, machine learning, we started to talk about everything. Then the mobile careers, the mobile career in the sense actually 1G, 2G, 3G, these all started. So whenever this mobile 1G, 2G has started, then parallelly other areas also we got to improve, because computer, that means laptops, computers, tablets, everything has started to enter into the world and the market. Then all the technology, all the area has grown in parallel also. So at the same time, automotive industry also has, they thinks about it. Okay, this is the time we have to introduce, or we have to keep a lot of electronics part inside the car. That meaning is no one is reducing the mechanical part, but the managing, who is going to take care of the full control. One clear example I will tell you. In the 1990s, when our fathers or grandfathers, whomever have taken the car, they went to the garage, that means service center. There we have to keep the cars for 2 days or 3 days, they have to clean everything. It will take a time to find out the real problem. Okay, but think about these days, when you people are taking your car, the service center has improved because of the electronics. So that means in the mechatronics part, how the mechatronics is supporting the automotive industry really to improve in all the areas, even including service center. The concept here is electronic control unit. So that's also we will see it. Okay, so this is the way electronics have involved or entered inside the market. Clear? So then from there, the department called mechatronics has introduced. This was there earlier. You know one beauty. Do you know the difference between the mechatronics and the electromechanics? Anyone can send it in a chat. Any answers? What is the difference between, in one term, one word, what is the difference between mechatronics and electromechanics? Now I'm just standing with you in your department level. I'm not talking, it's coming to the software level. Okay, first step is actually bit for about mechatronics and electromechanics. When the chips, what do you mean by the chips? Chips is the ICs, whatever is there. Okay, the main example you people knows only about the mobile phones maximum, because you are a student. So when you are thinking about, when you are seeing your mobile phone, there we have a lot of chips. That's for microchips that we used to call microchips, Wi-Fi chips, speaker, listening, everything is based on chips. So when chips and programmability began to replace mechanical devices in design, so it started to replace mechanical devices in design, it opened the door to more flexible world of mechatronics. Getting? So when we introduced the chips, ICs, integrated circuits, then when we started to program, then it automatically replaces the mechanical devices in according to design. Okay, and the electromechanics, coming back to my question, electromechanics and mechanics seems to be similar, but we have very small differences. In the term of mechatronics, actually, first we will see that what is electromechanics. The electromechanics is the word we have used in the 1880s time. For an example, in 1882, 19th century, we have used on that time. So when student have studied, engineering students, some people have studied about it, that time the course called was electromechanics. There was nothing mechatronics. Okay, then in 1950s at that time, actually in the electromechanics died, there was no electronics, only electrical and mechanics. It's called electromechanics. That just listen my word properly. In the electromechanics, there was only electrical and mechanics. The reason was the electronics has been introduced on 1950 only. But when we are talking about in 1885 or 1880s, that time only we have a electrical and mechanical. Okay. So after that, in later point of view, we have talked about the semiconductors. For an example, this semiconductor, these words you people have studied in the 11th physics itself. Don't think that these are the new words to listen. I didn't study about anything about semiconductor. I didn't study about electronics. Oh, you are explaining to me. No, it's actually we have studied everything, and currently you people are studying also. Okay, then we have introduced the word called electronic engineering. So do you know? I think hope you people have heard about the IEEE forum. In the IEEE forum, it's only that means including both electrical and electronic engineers. That's the reason was IEEE in that time it started, and still they are continuing with the same. Okay, then we'll come back to our point. In 1950, we started to use the electrical, that means electronic devices. Then it started to control gears, belts, relays. So many things are there, and world is also started to use electronics. In this way, in this word, we have started to pronounce the word called mechatronics. Okay, and you know one thing, when the first mechatronics engineer has actually joined in a company or started to work in the 1960s, okay, they have used the electronic controls in electric motors. This is a first step for mechatronics. So getting my word, electronic controls on its electric motors. This was the first term they have used the word called mechatronics engineer in the 1960 around. Okay, because I don't know the exact year, but this is the way mechatronics role or name has been formed the coin, we can use to say with it's coined the term called mechatronics. Okay, then I will start to present my screen now. Sir, let me know once you can able to see my screen properly.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir, visible, sir. Your screen is.
Great. Okay, so guys, and then today's session is completely about the automotive mechatronics, and for the automotive mechatronics, Linux mission is actually not so good for PPTs and others, but the development side it's really good. Just trying.
Okay, sir. Okay, so you proceed, sir. No problem.
Okay, so guys, the agenda of today, or generally, what is automotive mechatronics is coming to say. Okay, I'm purely working in automotive electronics side. Okay, then another thing is the agenda of today's session, or the real agenda of what is the background of the automotive mechatronics. You know, actually, you people, I don't know how many people have seen this book. One of the beautiful book is there. It's around 28 chapter. It's too costly. It's a father for the automotive mechatronics, we can say. So generally what they have explained on those things is first they will study about the basics of mechatronics, then they will go to the real architecture, then the ECU, electronic control unit, then we have a networkings, then bus systems, sensors, actuators, ABS. So during our session I will clearly explain you the application where you can really place your role in automotive side, because guys, we have a lot of vacancies in automotive sector. Automotive sector is growing in a very fast way, because even Google, Ola, all the companies are started to invest in automotive side. All the people, even you can imagine Google, what Google is doing, but why they have to invest it in cars. How you can just imagine Salem per day, how many cars you are seeing on the road. Not only cars, just bikes. Do you really think, do we have a plan to go back to cycle? No, no one. Even we are also not interested. Even government promotes also, no one will go back to the cycles or some other old tools. But that was good really. But as an automotive engineer, I should always praise about the cars and other stuff, right? So we don't have a plan to go back to the backs. For an example, we don't have any plan to go back to cycles or something like that. So the automotive side is growing a lot. Even currently we have a lot of requirements. And one thing, I'm not saying to convince you. When I was in Germany, for more than 8 months for one project before Corona. So at the time, I have seen in Germany office, BMW office, 70% of the people from a mechatronics department. Okay, just 70%. But they have some problem relevant with the computer side, but still they are very good with mechanical and electronic side. So I had a lot of experience with to working with the mechatronics guys. So from there, I can clearly say to you that's what kind of role you can play it in the automotive side. Okay, then we can come back to it. So the first step is, we can see what is mechatronics. First, how we started. And so generally people used to say, these all are my own words, okay, but people used to say that it's a helpful machinery, the mechatronics. And the people used to say that means the task of the machinery should be realized in the most efficient way. It's mechanically, electronically, or by software. What do you mean by mechanically? Electronically is okay. Why the software word is coming to the picture now in the mechatronics? So that means, are you the mechatronics guys are ready to, or are you ready to work in the software area? So guys, anyone is interested in software side? So the mechatronics now is talking about mechanical, electronics, and software. Can you ping some people? How many people are interested in software? Because 3 departments are merged here: mechanical, electronics, and software side. In the ECE, electronics and software. Triple E, electronics, electrical, and little bit software. So in mechatronics also, you can play a 3 kind of role. Anyone can send it in the chat. How many people are in? Just you can raise your hand. See, guys, this is simple. You can just raise hand. You can click this. Okay, good. Yokesh, Revandraj. Yeah, good. Very good. Hariram, Kishore. It's really nice. So the software side, guys, actually, before entering the software side, do you guys know about what is the difference between robotics and mechatronics? Is it both are same? Or do we have any difference? Guys, you can feel free to send anything on the chat. Okay, I'm completely open, because otherwise it will get bored. It's not like I'm going to teach, you are going to learn. No, it's a kind of discussion. Okay, so just we are going to discuss about the automotive mechatronics, and in the automotive mechatronics we will cover IoT. We'll use the word IoT and automotive side, the electronic side, and computer side, robotics. We have to see everything. Okay, because currently world is moving too fast, and we should be ready to get our own jobs with all the technologies. That means you no need to be master, but you should know about it, right? Do you know what is the difference between robotics and mechatronics?
So mechatronics is as you said, it's a combination of electrical, mechanical, and software side. The robotics and further specialization of mechatronics.
Right. Good. Okay. Then what is the technical difference? You are right. You are 100% is right. It's robotics is a subset of mechatronics. Mechatronics is a father, and robotics we can say that it's one child. But what is the technical difference? Okay, in the mechatronics side, even now, whoever raised your hand in software side, do you guys knows about the robotic stuff there? Because in robotics area, major part hardware is there. Still hardware is there. Hardware means mechanical parts. Okay, there is no doubt on that. But still hardware is there. But still the software role is the huge there. Correct? For an example, embedded system is a combination of hardware and software. The same way for robotics is actually a combination of hardware and software. But in this case, then what is the difference between the robotics and mechatronics?
Sir, in robotic systems, in any situation, we can reprogram the systems.
Exactly. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, you carry on.
And in mechatronics, it's like it's a definite system. இது ஒரு ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் அப்ளிகேஷன் நம்ம பண்ற மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். ரோபோட்டிக்ஸ்னு போகும்போது நம்ம ஒரு ரோபோட்டே செய்யறோம்னா ஃபியூச்சர்ல வேற ஏதாவது மூவ்மெண்ட் செய்யணும், இல்லை வேற ஏதாவது ஆப்ரேஷன் செய்யணும்னா அதுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி நம்ம ரீப்ரோக்ராம் பண்ணலாம். ஆனா மெக்காட்ரானிக்ஸ் அதான் ஒரே ஒரு டிஃபரன்ஸா என்னால சொல்ல முடியுது.
Very good. Yes, this is a major difference in the difference between mechatronics and robotics. As he mentioned, actually robotics you can reprogram it. What do you mean by reprogram? So you will fix one chip. Maybe you people have seen in the Rajinikanth movie called Robo. What has happened there? There is actually robotics and mechatronics. The robotics, the hardware parts are mechanical parts, okay, but still where the real reprogrammable things has happened on that movie. So Rajinikanth used to make one chip to make more functional wise the robot, correct? But the villain has used the another chip, that opponent guy, that's okay, but everything is based on chip. But by removing and connecting the chip, we can make reprogrammable of a robot. Even you can take a simple example. In the restaurant, you want to you have to you are getting one requirement, you have to make some robots for a restaurant, okay? So what you will do, you will just design a mechanical parts, and after that you will enter into the computer part. That is the reason the mechatronics saying about 3 departments: electronics and mechanical and computer. There you can use any languages or whatever you want to use, you can use it. And then after that, what will happen, we have to think about the sensors, actuators, motors, machine. So these are also there. So as he mentioned, that the main difference between mechatronics and robotics is a dynamic way design. Robotics is a dynamic way design. You can reprogram however you want. You can add some functionality, you can remove some functionality, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Then go back to the same movie called Robo. In that means in Indian movie, in that actually they have given some sense to the robots, correct? But that was for a movie. That's like all the imagination we can apply it in the movie, right? So there they have used to give the sense. That is called a machine learning. That was a complete machine learning. The robot can think himself. That was a machine learning. Actually, you already know about the Facebook owner Mark Zuckerberg. They have just 4 or 5 years back, they have tried with the same kind of mechanism. That concept is called chatbot. What do you mean by chatbot? For an example, I'm a new person. I want to go, I need admission to my son in Sona Engineering College. So I'm coming to the Sona Engineering College website. Then automatically one pop-up will come. It will ask me, how can I help you? This is called a chatbot. So I'm going to ask, I need to get the admission in Sona Engineering College. Can you tell me the procedure? Then do you think someone is sitting on the other side to respond to me? No, it's machine. Robot is actually, I'm just talking to machine, man to machine communication. This is one example. So here also mechanical roles are played, but here mainly there was no mechanical or electronics parts, only the computer skill. So that is the reason the mechatronics is depending on the 3 departments. So if you got people are interested in the software side, you are 150% is eligible to work in automotive area. Okay, so guys who all are interested, please focus on these. Are robotic side you can join, or automotive side you can join, but don't go for the company CTS, Infosys. You can go, but still there you will not get much whatever you have studied here. So always the best thing to whatever you are studying in the college or your curriculum, you can work in the same. Maybe some people used to say that, say whatever we are studying in here we will not work. No, not like that. I have studied the same in electronics. I'm still, even 11th physics book I have with me still. You know the reason, the 9th and 10th unit is mainly for the electronics parts. 9th is the electronics and 10th is the communication part. Still I am studying about the electronics, flip-flops, diode, everything is required. I'm still a software developer, but still I have to understand about the electronics. So don't fed up by hearing the other people word like whatever you are studying engineering, you are not going to apply. No, it's not true. We are studying the basics. That's all. When you are going for a master, when you are going for a PhD, you can discuss with your professors. They knows about clear stuff. So whatever we are studying, the same only we are applying in the corporate. This one you can keep always in your mind. Okay, right. Now we can go back to our mechatronics part. Right. So here mechanics, electronics, and information technology. Information technology is about the computer science. Okay, that means it's software. Now, yes, this is actually the difference between the mechatronics and electromechanics. So already I told the electromechanics was the old name of mechatronics. That's all. Because on the time only we have a electrical and mechanical. There was no electronics. When the electronics was introduced in the 1960, we started the name called mechatronics. So you are going to be a mechatronics engineer by why? Because we started to use the electronics. Okay, so the mechatronics students 50%, that means 50% is mechanical, 40% is electronics, 10% is computer. This is my separation. There is no official proof for the separation. Okay, right? Okay, just see this image. What are the things we have? See, one side we have electronic system and we have a control electronics, control systems, microcomputer. This part is a microcomputer and DSP. So this microcomputer is about chips. Okay, here sensors and actuators. We have a sensors is like you can imagine of temperature sensor. I have other slides to explain sensors and actuators. And we have a computers here and the mechanical guide. By combining all the stuff, we can say that industry 4.0 current trend right now actually. But in India, till now we didn't start to use the industry 4.0. But Germany already they started to use the industry 4.0. Okay, I will explain you what is industry 1.0, 2.0, what is the relationship between industry 1.0, 2.0 to mechatronics, guys. Okay, we'll see it further, but guys, I don't know much time to explain very deeper. If we'll get an opportunity in future, maybe we can discuss even tiny topics also. But here we are going to cover complete automotive mechatronics. Okay, right. So the general thing is, this is a common word, everything. First, in the mechatronics point also, you have to design, then automatically you have to build it, and finally it has to go to operate. The design side, maybe you can use we can take an example of robotics on robo. Design completely from the mechanical side. Build, it's from the electronic side. We have to write a program and we have to keep sensors, actuators, everything is coming from the electronic side. And the computer guys also. And finally it has going to operate. Okay, this is a very common word. And next we will see that mechatronic systems in vehicles. Okay, in vehicles, in the sense in the cars. So in the car, wherever really and the pure mechatronic students can play the role. The anti-lock braking system, everyone heard about this. Okay, you all people, even a small kid is also knows it, whomever have idea about automobile side. You know one thing, automotive electronics, automotive mechatronics. Why these many separations here? Because the reason is automobile is only talking about the small hardwares, that's gears, valves, this and that. But automotive electronics is playing the role majorly whatever you are seeing from your naked eye. The thing is, in the car, whatever you are seeing, whatever you are feeling, hey, I'm feeling safe, hey, I'm feeling, I have this feature, I have that feature, everything is electronics. Okay, ABS, airbags, you are seeing in your dashboard, the mill lamp is glowing. Already, I think you all have a cars and you people have seen it. One lamp will glow whenever you have a problem inside the car. That is called malfunction indication lamp. Whenever, that means that's our responsibility to activate the mill based on your car health. Okay, car health, get the word car health, like a human health. Same way we have a light to glow outside to inform, because car is an object. Car is talking to the driver, hey, I'm not feeling good, can you take to me the doctor? Who is the doctor? Here is the carriage guy. Okay, you can imagine in the BMW side. Okay, before coming to this mechatronic systems in vehicles, we can see the one more part. That's a beautiful word. Yes, this is the one. Electronic control unit. How many people knows about this word? Have you heard about the ECU, electronic control unit?
Yes,
Anyone
sir.
heard it? You heard about it?
Yes, sir.
Can you say some words? What is electronic control unit? Just one word from your understanding. Even in Tamil
It
also fine. No
controls
problem.
all the sensors in a system in a car, or all the
Okay.
individual control units like a door closing unit or window closing unit, engine control units. All are collected.
Yeah.
Each unit is called an ECU.
Yes, you're right. So I'm working in an engine control unit. Okay, I'm working in a master ECU. In diesel engines, actually we have a 4 cylinders. BMW side 6 cylinders, but in the hybrid side we have a 12 cylinders. Okay, now I have one basic question. You people are know much than me about the cylinders. Okay, if I want to control more than 6 cylinders, I have to use the 2 ECU. Okay, even for engine, you can no need to go think about anything. It's a major of the heart or brain, we can say, in the car. Why we need a 2 ECUs to control more than a 6 cylinders? It's a very basic physics answer. Very simple question. Even professor, whomever have answer, they can answer it. It's not only for the students. Why we need 2 ECUs to control more than 6 cylinders? Till the 6 cylinder, we are using only 1 ECU. What kind of background reason would be there? Just imagine and tell me. I don't want a pure technical answer always. Okay. So I just need an answer. Maybe it's right or wrong. It's not at all matter because we are discussing here. This is not an exam. It's a very basic problem. Very basic problem. Okay, you can imagine your mobile. See, in olden days is more than 6 years or 7 years. We have a flexible battery. What do you mean by flexible battery? We can remove, we can connect, we can remove it, we can replace with other battery. But currently, do we have such a things in our mobile phones? Have you any time think about it? Why they are not designing to remove the batteries from our mobile phones? Okay, what is a major problem in our mobile phone now? Major problem. Don't say that I can't run multiple applications. No. Which one? Yeah. Come on, yeah. Battery or power or heat? Which
Heat,
one?
sir.
Battery
Heat.
backup, sir.
Oh, battery backup. You are right. Battery backup is the first problem. Oh, who is the major reason we can't have more battery backup? Our applications running. During our applications running, we are producing a lot of heat. So finally, heat is the major issue. The same problem for car as well. So when you people are going for a more than 6 cylinders, the 1 ECU can't handle the heat. So for handling heat and everything inside of the car, we need a 2 ECUs. Then there we used to call as a master ECU and slave ECU. Okay. To these days in hybrid cars, gasoline cars, we are started to use the 2 engines. Okay, in diesel also we have it, but not much cylinder, we can still manage it. Okay, then we'll come back to the ECU. The electronic control unit, as our friend said, like ECU is the major. It's, you can imagine our body, ECU is our brain. If your brain is dead, then we are nothing. But still we will live. Still we are feeling, that means other people will feel, okay, they can still there, but they are not dead, but still partially they're dead. The reason is they can't do any other activity. The meaning is the engine control unit will pass all the informations to sensors, actuators are getting information from there. If your engine ECU is dead, then the complete car is also dead. Okay, but still other mechanical electronics parts are active, bus is active, everything is active, but still you can't drive. Okay, now come back to that. Why we have to use the ECU? So meaning is ECU is quite simply, we can say that ECU is just a device. It will control the electronic features in the car. Okay, electronic features, the same door lock or your wiper and your ABS, airbag. These all are the features, right? Safety features and more secure features. So these all can be controlled by the electronic control unit or engine control unit. The same. This is the size of the ECU. See, this is the size of the ECU. The cost is around 2 lakhs. Okay, right? You can also buy it in outside, but the programming has been done by a different company, different suppliers. You know how many suppliers are there in automotive? Bosch is there, Delphi, and Continental. These are the major suppliers. Okay, the OEMs, original equipment manufacturer, BMW and Benz, Rolls-Royce, BMW. These are the same company, but still they have different divisions. And these are guys called OEM, original equipment manufacturer. The next one is a supplier. Okay, so these are the two major terms in automotive industry. Robert Bosch, Continental, Delphi Automation, Donfoss. These are the guys are the suppliers. Clear? So that means they will get the requirement from OEMs, original equipment manufacturers. Okay, we'll come back to our side. What is the main use of engine control unit? The thing, what is the main use of engine control unit is the fuel injection. This will range fuel injection to properly maintain it and controlling braking and suspensions. Okay, so we have plenty. In this slide, which I have mentioned is 100 ECUs. In BMW car, we started to use 80 ECUs. Okay, in future, we are moving towards to use 100 ECUs. Then you can imagine one small BMW car. If we have 100 ECUs, one ECU is for 10 applications. Then if you have 80 ECUs, then how many applications we have inside the car? Even I don't think someone knows it. They have these many features. Okay, that much features we have inside the BMW car. You know one thing, for one ECU, for typing a C code, we have to type more than 20 lakhs lines of C code. 20 lakhs lines. For ABS, we have around 30 lakhs lines of C code totally. Then you can imagine how much idea we should have with us regarding with automotive. See guys, physics is one of the major important part in mechatronics side. Okay, and in interview, don't think that people will ask how this is, how that. They will not ask anything about the mechanical parts. Okay, if you are coming to the automotive industry, our question is always moving towards to the current technologies. How this control will happen in ABS side, how this will happen, how velocity, this, that, torque, these all are the questions from our side. Even I have taken interview 2 to 3 mechatronics students, because in here, but in I have seen a lot of mechatronics people in Germany, but here I have attended very less only, but still a lot of people are coming and they are eligible as well. Okay, so here you people have to be more, not only more keen about the mechanical parts, you should more keen about electronics parts in the developing side, but still we have a mechanical area as well. Okay, right. So in mainly the controlling function is engine and power steering control, and if you'll go to the comfort side, then power windows, seats, everything in seats. And these days we have a separate module for seat comfort alone. Okay, and security access. You know the beauty of the security access, we have a higher end security inside the BMW car. No one can hack it. This was the word is coming from BMW, but still whenever we have a higher security, definitely other person also will be there, right? But in the key point of view, in the BMW side, in olden days, just 10 years before, we have started to use the normal key. It's a kind of OTP, we can say. Okay, currently how you are getting OTP, the same way. It's a common key, we will send it to open the doors. Then it's actually after seeing some of threads hacking, we have designed in the way of rotating the rolling key. The rolling key. What do you mean with the rolling key? Keyless entry is actually the rolling key. What will happen is, for every press, we will use to generate a 8-byte or 16-byte data. What do you mean by the byte? What is byte? 1 byte is equal to how many bits? 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay, so we used to send the 16 bytes of data. The 16 bytes of data will be mixed with some other security algorithm. Okay, you can imagine you are sending a message to your friends or your colleagues or someone via WhatsApp. How much bit encryption is there in the WhatsApp? Have you seen this message anytime? Anyone? Guys, technology is not coming from external world. Okay, we are living with the technology, we are using the technology daily, but we are only enjoying the application. Who has to enjoy the application? The normal people, not engineer. Engineer should see how this application is working. When you are sending a WhatsApp message, you are feel free to send like whatever the secrets you want to share, right? But are you people really knows it? Is it secure? It's secure. Still it's secure. I'm not saying that it's not secure, but it's not higher end secure. It's not like no one can hack it, but people can hack it. But who is going to hack you, me, or someone? We are not that much, right? So in this case also, have you seen this? Just say yes or no. It's a 128-bit SSL encryption has been designed in WhatsApp. The same way for your keyless entry as well. See, when at least till now you didn't think about anything, guys. As an engineer, you should not only enjoy the application. Enjoy the application means what? Okay, we are giving one feature to you. You are just enjoying the feature. I'm hearing songs, I'm watching movies, and Bluetooth earphone, everything. But you should think about it, how this Bluetooth is working. I'm just sitting here, my phone is there or my laptop is there, but still I can watch it. How the data transmission is happening? Is it a very fast or very minimal speed? What is the data rate? You should ask yourself a lot. Okay, then only you can explore a lot. If you are only depending on to enjoy the application, then definitely you will not come to know what's happening inside your, or even a phones. Why I am saying always about movies and phones? Because you people, I know it, we all are very well connected with the movies and phones only. If I'll take example of inside the car, what's happening inside the BMW, that's I only knows it. You people doesn't know, because might be some people doesn't see the BMW car also inside. I know we have seen it outside, but inside the car, it's only mechanical. That means the who are working in the carriage, they have seen it, right? Even I also have seen only once, because I'm a software developer. So that is the reason I'm taking always example from your mobile. But please connect the mobile phones with your ECUs or relevant with the vehicle. Okay, right. Then come back to our questions. We have a lot of types of ECUs, right? We have a types of ECU, and how the ECU is working. ECU is not that much complicated actually. It's a very small and very quite easy to use it and to understand it. Okay, so lot of sensors around vehicle. That means your ECU, it will collect all the data. It will collect the data and it will give it to ECU, and the ECU will take care and will based on that will take some action. Okay, I will tell you one example. Our car has some sensors. We can take example of crash sensors. Okay, so the crash sensor will inform the ECU. When the crash sensor will inform the information to ECU, will send the information to ECU. Hello.
When accident happens.
Exactly. When a crash has happened, when an accident has happened. So if suddenly one accident is happening, then your crash sensor is passing the data to ECU. Then what ECU will do immediately? ECU will measure the speed of your vehicle. Okay. Then when it will measure the speed of the vehicle, then it will create the fault inside the car whenever its accident is going to happen. Okay, then based on the speed of the vehicle and the sitting position, how many passengers are there, everything, then it will launch the airbags. So who will decide this information? ECU. But how the data will get fetched? From the ECU memory. You can imagine we are a people. I'm here. My mind is working. So my mind is going to take all the action. If someone is coming to just beat me or push me, then my mind knows it. Hey, the hand is coming, take immediate action. What will happen? If some dust or something coming to my eyes, then automatically my eyes will get closed. The same way, the sensor is there, which the sensor is connected with my brain. The brain is the electronic control unit, which is the output, my eye. Okay, that's so it can be closed or open. It should be decided by my ECU, my brain. It's based on the situation. So who is passing the information? The crash sensor. Okay, this is the way. This is one of the example of ECU. Clear? Okay, what will happen if ECU is fault? Then obviously car will not work functionally. Okay, but other parts will not be affected much. This is what the ECU. You have any doubts in ECU now? Guys,
No, sir.
I have to go back to the previous slides, obviously. Because the reason is, first I have to say about ECU, then we will go and see in the mechatronic systems. Then only you can relate it. Okay, ECU is taking care of all the part. And here just I mentioned that major of the role, very major, the ECUs. We have a lot. I said actually 8 ECUs are there, but still I have shown only the 5, which is the major role. So do you have any questions in relevant with the electronic control unit? Maybe we will see it in the upcoming. Maybe we will get it out. Then we will discuss. Okay, right. So the types of ECUs: engine control module. That means engine control unit. Again, it's called a ECU, engine control unit. So what the engine control unit is going to do that? It's ECM we used to call. Just ensure the amount of fuel and ignition and the timing part and everything. And the brake control unit, you know that ABS is a major role there. But that means not getting skid. Transmission control module, you know the TCM. TCM is one of the beautiful feature which has used latest, maybe in the past 5 to 6 years. But not all the cars have this, but a major of the sophisticated car has this. Okay. And the ABS and TCM is actually tightly coupled. And telematics is actually the GPS, your song, multimedia ECU. That's called a telematics control module. Okay, internet, satellite navigation, everything will come under telematics control module. So maybe tomorrow you will get a job in Robert Bosch to work in a telematics control module. Then you should only think about the navigation. That means GPS, Wi-Fi, internet, satellite navigation, how you can fetch the data from external, how you can pass the information on the dashboard. That means a cluster issue. So these are the things are there in the telematics control. The suspension control module. Suspension is actually just simply about your steering and this and that, everything. Okay. So this is the type of ECUs we have. And let's see, this is the image. You can see how the communication is happening between the ECUs. You can see this in this image, then you will come to know. What do you mean by the CAN bus? Any idea? Now we are talking about ECUs. ECUs means I am an engine control ECU, Vimal sir is another ECU, and another person is one more ECU. For an example, door lock ECU. One guy is the suspension ECU. One guy is the electronic differential ECU. How we five can communicate? Now currently we have seen we have ECUs inside the cars. Everything is okay. But how we all five can communicate each other? We need some common language, right? Then only we can communicate. If I know Tamil, some women sir knows only Hindi, then we can't communicate it. Then we need a translator. So the same concept can be applied inside the car also. ECU is equal to the humans. So they want to communicate between the ECUs. That should happen via bus. What do you mean by bus? Bus will carry the people from one place to another place. The same way inside the car, bus will carry the data from one ECU to another ECU. For an example, sensor wants to inform to engine ECU immediately. Hey, crash is going to happen. Immediately take action. Then what engine ECU will do? Engine ECU will immediately take a step. If we are getting delayed, then after accident only they will come to know. So the CAN bus, the CAN in the sense controller area network. It's a protocol. Protocol means it's having a set of rules and regulations how to communicate. So inside the car, CAN is a very famous protocol which was intended by the Robert Bosch. Robert Bosch is the Persian name. Okay. Now currently we have a FluxRay, Ethernet, some IP, a lot of protocols are there because of ADAS, adaptive system. Adaptive driver assistance, adaptive system, adaptive AUTOSAR. Vimal sir said when he told about my profile, I just worked in the classic AUTOSAR, right? I'm working in a classic AUTOSAR. We have one more AUTOSAR called adaptive AUTOSAR. So that can be applied in the wherever the car has ADAS. Okay, right. This is the CAN bus. You can imagine now via CAN bus only the ECU communication will happen. So the data will be available on the CAN bus. Whichever the ECU needs it, they can collect it. But always all the data will be informed to master. Who is the master inside our car? Engine control unit is the master. The engine control unit will pass the information to other ECUs. Any questions on the ECU communication? We have a intercommunication, intra-communication. We have a lot inside. We are using RTOS, real-time operating system, to make a communication between the ECUs. Okay, like our computer, we have to make a separation inside, and they started to communicate. And they have to fetch the data from sensors, actuators, and they have to take action. So you can imagine now currently 10 ECUs are there here. One ECU is 20 lakhs line code, 10 ECUs is 2 crore line code. Then you can imagine how many number of codes one Rolls-Royce has. No one can imagine that much. Any question, guys, about ECU communication or ECU? Right. Next, this is the ECU communication. And guys, if you are not understanding clearly, please let me know. I can clearly explain to you. This is one small example of modern average car features in India. Okay, maybe we can imagine 7 lakhs to 8 lakhs amount of cars has all these features. But everything
Sir,
yes.
sir, I'm Maitreyan, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Maitreyan.
You said that it cannot be hacked. We are working on that project. You said no, sir.
Yeah.
But,
it cannot be. It's very difficult to hack.
But in one film now it recently happened. No, sir. Rolls-Royce car has been hacked via an app.
Yeah, that's actually
how it could be, sir.
See, that's what. Yeah, it's a very good question. See, the Rolls-Royce, the communication, whatever the data is getting transmitted, they can see it. Okay, but they can't hack fully to take the control of the car from their side. Okay, it's not at all possible. It's not at all. You can imagine if you're spending 2 crore and 3 crore, maybe you can now currently in BMW side, maybe in the Rolls-Royce also, what we are doing is the company will fetch all the information from your car. Okay, the data will be stored in the cloud. That concept is called crowd data collector. Okay, collect all the, for an example, we have engine ECU and gearbox system ECU. We'll fetch all the data and it will be sent to CAN bus to one more ECU that will transmit the data to cloud. So all the information from inside the car will be stored inside the cloud. So whenever the hacker is trying to hack, then the company itself will come to know they are trying it. but still I can say it's not 100% secure. Nothing is 100% secure in this world. Okay, but we can strongly say that BMW has the more security algorithm than other companies. Even Tesla is also very good about the security side, because Elon Musk have a very good idea about security side. The PayPal and everything, he only managed it. The PayPal is one of the best mechanism to share the money from one account to another account. That means the medium, gateway medium. But still BMW has a very good security. You can ask me, then what kind of algorithm you people are using? We are using the algorithm called Elliptico Cryptography. Okay, the cryptography in the sense, the algorithm is called ECC. So we are designing, we are making the security, everything is based on the Elliptico Cryptography. The meaning is the point will vary from the graph from one place to another place immediately. So it's very difficult to hack. But the hacking of via phone, these all are, it's for just show purpose, not the real thing. But you can't control even a single piece of information from the car. That means you can get some information, but you can't take a control. You are getting. So meaning is, I can just see what you are doing, but I can't see what you have sent on the messages in the WhatsApp. Maybe I can feel that, yeah, you are sending some secret messages, some secret message transmitted from you, but I can't come to know or to see the messages what you sent. This is a security, but still everything is 90%, Maitreyan. Okay, but still 10% hacking is possible. But that meaning is, whenever the world is moving towards, we are still working on a very tight security level. For an example, you know, one beautiful thing again, a BMW design is like in the way of via some tokens only you can activate some features. If you want to some activate features, you can't simply activate it. You have to get the tokens, mechanism, everything from somewhere, so everyone knows it, which mechanism you are, which feature you are going to activate. Okay, we have plenty of features, plenty. One feature is actually remote engine start. So you want to remotely, you want to start your engine, that's a feature. But this algorithm, this is, you can't hack easily, because the complete data will be vanished within a minute, maybe within a seconds. Within seconds, everything will be done. If you can't able to do within a seconds, then nothing is possible. Getting? But still I can't reveal much details what's happening inside our security. Just I can say, but I'm still can say the algorithm names, because it's a common algorithm, no predefined to hide it from the world. It's a good question. Any other questions, guys? You can this is a very good chance, because to get more info what's happening in the corporate side, generally how we will manage. If you have questions, even like how Maitreya asked, I have seen this one in the movie, is it really possible, or simply they are showing? That's what I showed, I told you in the Indian movie, to giving the feelings to the missions. Those all are a try. It's a try. Okay, but definitely as a technical man, I can't say that it's not really possible. It still is possible, but a lot of research is going on, not like within 1 year 2 years. It will take decades in the sense 10 years 20 years 30 years, something like that. Any other doubt in the communication point of view, or you have any questions which protocol they will use? Guys, if you need, you can note it. CAN protocol, controller area network. This is CAN protocol is a major protocol to make a communication between the ECUs. So one ECU will communicate with other ECU via this one. Okay, see, I'm not here to explain about what is door lock ECU. No, not like that. I'm here to explain about all the complete system overview. That's what the automotive mechatronics. In automotive mechatronics, if you will buy the book or somewhere you will go to study, the bus system is one of the best separate chapter. There you will see only about the CAN bus, CAN protocol, FlexRay, and some IP Ethernet. Some IP Ethernet is the latest protocols where you want to make a communication with the cloud. Can we go to the next one? Okay, here you can see, what do you mean by this OBD? These all are, you might be you people knows it. Do you have any idea about OBD? See, you have a ESC, Electronic Stability Control, or Electronic Stability Program. We will see it in after 11:30. And ABS, tire pressure monitoring, your parking system. We have a lot of sensors. Okay, OBD is actually onboard diagnostics. What do you mean by the onboard diagnostics? One question. If you have a problem in your health, what you will do? You'll go to the doctor, and doctor will diagnose. That means you are still alive. You're still living, you're breathing, you're doing everything, but they are diagnosing it. Correct? This is doctor. The same problem, if we have a problem for cars, what we will do? We'll do the garage. That means service center. Service center, garage, same. So there, what they will do? They will stop the car and they will try to monitor it. But this is actually the, you have a problem, you are taking your car, you have to spend some time, this and that. But you are buying a 1 crore car of BMW, but still, are you interested to take your car into the garage? No. Your car itself has to diagnose car itself. That means car has to diagnose himself. So how the car will diagnose himself? That's called a OBD, on-board diagnostics. During the time itself, we have written a code to design that, like, okay, this is my problem. Then automatically you'll get a pop-up. There only your malfunction indication lamp will glow. Then the driver will come to know we have some problem in oil, different symbols we have, and based on the symbol, the driver will come to know, hey, car, they have this problem. Immediately we have to take inside the carriage. But based on the light, based on the light glow, you will come to know it's not major. Maybe you can finish your task, that means work, then you can take your car on tomorrow, something like that. Okay, getting? This is called on-board diagnostics. But off-board diagnostics is simply you are taking your car and you are taking to garage and they will find it. Okay, now we can imagine how the testing side, how the garage side people will find out the problem. How generally will happen. The thing is, we during the onboard diagnostics time, we will create a error and the error will stored inside the memory. They will have a kind of 2 needles. They will kept it in the ECU memory. They will read all the data. How they will read all the data? They will send the diagnostic request. Then they will get the diagnostic response. And we always have a 2-byte codes. For an example, 0x1234. Meaning is we have a problem in oil. I'm saying one rough example. Like that, we have a plenty of codes because we have a 80 ECUs. For 80 ECUs, if we have a error codes, then you can imagine. We have a plenty. Only supplier and manufacturer only knows it. The manufacturer will share this error code to the carriage. So by seeing the number itself, the carriage guy will come to know, hey, this is the problem. Solve it and send it to them. Maybe the carriage guy will say, sir, it will take 2 days. Sir, it will take 3 days. The meaning is they want to replace the mechanical part. If they have a problem oil, something like that, then immediately they can. Have you seen it in the BMW service center or Audi? They used to say that service is possible within 1 day. How? Because of electronics and mechatronics engineering. Because of evolvement of electronics, these days it's possible. Otherwise, it's not at all possible. You can imagine, send someone inside the BMW car to see all the mechanical parts. It will take a month to find the problem. But since we have ECUs, we are getting all the information from the ECU memory. It's the same. For an example, I'm going to the doctor. Doctor will ask me, what's your problem? If I can't able to say, my ECU is not working, then I can't say to doctor. I can just only nod my head. But then how doctor will come to know? I have to say that, doctor, my stomach is paining, my abdomen is paining, my abs is paining, my hand is paining, I have a problem, I'm having headache, everything I should say. Then only doctor will try to diagnose. Otherwise, can you imagine? It will take a day or it will take a month to diagnose all the problems because they have to take a scan from head to my leg. And then they should each and everything, they should monitor it. So the same problem for car as well. Clear? We have a lot of tools, a lot of algorithms, a lot of mechanisms to prepare the OBD, on-board diagnostics. Clear? Right. Now we'll go back to after seeing the ECU. Now ECU parts is over. Guys, you have any questions? Please let me know. Now time is 11:10. Still we have 1 or 20 minutes. So if you have questions, please let me know.
No questions.
Okay. So till now we have seen only the electronic control unit, how to use the electronic control unit, how the electronic control unit will functionally work in the car, then what kind of roles the electronic control unit is doing. So these all are the things we have seen it till now. Okay, this is one section. That means the basics of mechatronics, and we have seen about the electronic control unit. Then we will see the electronic transmission, then electric actuators, then ABS, electronic stability program, everything. Okay, right. Now, what is the mechatronic systems is there already in the vehicles already. Okay, the first one is ABS, second one is ESP, Electronic Stability Program. So these two mainly for reducing driving accidents. That's all. ABS already you know that the functional reviews we will see deeper, but already you know electronic stability program also the same. When you are just making a turn, then you can how the car is going to functionally work, that is called the ESP, electronic stability program. Okay, so many accidents has happened, but after introducing this electronic stability program, 50 ABS and ESP, 50% of the accidents have stopped. Okay, that means they have saved it. Maybe you have seen the Yashiga Anand accident latest. That's also can be Yashiga Anand still alive because of these two technologies. But still, her friend gone, it's unfortunately. But still, the car has saved her. Otherwise, if those two current technologies are right now, it's not here, then you can imagine about that accident. They have very well designed car and all the features are activated at the time. That is the reason they have survived. Okay, next one is active body control system, ABC. We will used to call it ABC. So it will control the body vibrations mainly of road roughness. This feature is actually survey saying that this feature is mainly needed in India because we have a lot of problems in our road. So obviously active body control system is needed. Okay, the next one is actually the manual transmissions. Just means two complex actuator and sensor system, which we are going to see next. And headlamps. Actually one of the best feature BMW has introduced in latest just a year back. Headlamps are turned on, turned off according to the light condition. In the night time, always we have a problem. See, I think the survey in from India is actually people have a fear to drive a car in night times. The main reason is opposite side wherever the way whatever the vehicle comes, the light brightness they can't handle it from their eyes. Still they have a problem in their eyes, so that is the reason. So for solving this problem, the headlamps technology has introduced by BMW in the BMW car. Everyone has it, but in BMW actually this based on the light condition, it will be get reduced, it will be increased. Do you know really which electronics components we can use for this feature? Very small, the cost is 50 paise.
LDR maybe, sir.
Right, what do you mean by LDR?
Light dependent resistor.
Exactly, that is the point of that is mainly used. It's also called a photoresistor generally. Okay, they have some CDS cell. Based on that, they are identifying like, okay, this is a problem, they have it, and based on that headlamps are getting turned on, turned off. Then adaptive airbag deployment. So these all are the roles. Actually generally some common example I'm saying, the mechatronic systems actually played the main role. Okay, then here according to you, which area you can stand? For example, mechanical side or electronic side or computer side? Sir, guys, your interest in ABS, you know the ABS, right? Guys, you know about ABS or not? Okay, that's we'll discuss in the upcoming slides. Okay, then we have some examples, some common examples about mechatronic systems like adaptive cruise control, traction control system, electronic fuel injection. So ACC, TCS, ABS, these all are the new current technologies what we have. For example, single channel ABS, dual channel ABS, 4-channel ABS. So think about it. So these all are the places you can stand yourself as a mechatronics engineer. So automotive is also offering a lot of jobs to mechatronics engineer. Okay, I will tell the role what you can do. You can play a in the software side, you can play a multiple role. You can play as a tester, you can play as a developer. But you can imagine, sir, I'm coming from a mechatronics background, I don't know about programming. How can I become a developer? Programming learning is not a big deal, but you mechanical, you know, mechatronics guys have a lot of idea. You can imagine why mechatronics people are mainly working in automotive area. It seems to be mechanical parts are very less, you are saying, and electronics parts are evolved. Then why you people are working? See, really the mechanical people and electronics people, see, electronics guy, I don't know about mechanical part. The mechanical guy, they doesn't know about electronics part. Who knows about both? You people. The mechatronics people knows about the mechanical and electronics and computer science as well. Then who is 100% and completely eligible to work in automotive area? You are the people. So please focus. That means keep in your mind, this is also one of the area where you can go and work on it. The automatic camera, these all are where you can see the automatic camera, because these days we are working, people are working, the companies are working for more than 5 years to autonomous vehicle. right? In 2 years before, autonomous vehicle is one of the major and the big topic in automotive side. But why they have stopped it? Because Google and Uber actually tried the autonomous vehicle on the US road, but unfortunately it has a 2 to 3 accident has happened in US roads. So US government is now against with autonomous cars. It's a risk for the humans. So now they have stopped it, simply not stopped, still design and everything is going on. Google is mainly focusing on that part, especially in autonomous side. They are very interested because the maps, satellite, everything they want to achieve it from the autonomous cars. That is the reason Google is showing a lot of interest. But now the market is moving towards the electric vehicle, because the fuel is going to be a biggest problem in future, and it's to the environment as well. So that is the reason all the countries are started to focus on the electric vehicles. Hope you have seen the Ola has introduced one electric scooter just 2 weeks before, right? So why Ola is investing now? You know what, that around 70 billion deal Ola is going to make with one of the US company yesterday to work in the electric vehicle side, because they want to have their own vehicle as an electric vehicle to make a very big market in the world. So automotive side, just why I'm saying this example is automotive side is growing. Okay, the mobile robots is the last one where you can see the industrial robots mainly for to fit you. You know one thing, who is actually assembling the BMW car? Do you think human? No, that's the industrial robots. They can assemble it in 10 minutes. One car will be ready. 10 minutes, just 10 minutes. BMW car. If the software is ready, within 10 minutes. And the next, you know one thing, all the companies or automotive industries are going to invest a lot of money in hydrogen engines, including BMW, Rolls-Royce. Everyone are started to invest hydrogen engines. Why? Indian government is actually invested a lot of money for the hydrogen engines, but really don't know when they can fully achieve it. But last week only the announcement has happened from our finance minister. India have a main focus on hydrogen engine as well. Electric still we are focusing, but hydrogen also we are in our focus. And a lot of POC has happened by the other companies. Everything was success in the hydrogen side, but hydrogen is very costly. The car is going to be costly compared than mechanical parts. According to the fuel, it's not that costly, but hydrogen cars comes, then the cost will get increased. Right, this is the example of your automotive, that means automotive mechatronics side, where you will get the lot of job opportunities. Right, now we'll go back to the next section of automotive mechatronics, like sensor, smart sensor you can say, or sensor measuring principles, or sensor types, you can say whatever you want. Right, what is sensor, guys? Do you know about sensors? And the mechatronics guys, when you people are coming to interview, our mainly one major set of questions will be from a sensor and actuators. Okay, there we'll ask some questions. So that is the reason I can say in a one line, hey, this is sensor, this is actuator, that's all. But no, you people need more answers, because sensor and actuator is one of the concept mainly will be focused in the interview side. Okay, so anyone has idea sensors? Or are you worked with any sensor? What kind of sensor you work?
Ultrasonic sensors, temperature sensors.
Right. Then can you define one word? What is sensor? Because you worked ultrasonic. Yeah.
It is a device used to measure the input from our surroundings. Based on each type of sensors, each kind of operations it plays.
Okay. What kind of action it will take? Right. You are right. It will measure the condition of environment. Yes, you are right. 100% right. But what kind of action the sensor will take?
It's according to the system. So, for example, initially I made a system with ultrasonic sensor. If some object crosses through the sensor, we will make a system externally that to make us buzz a sound or to glow up a light, or it's according to system or according to the actuator what we are connecting to the output. If we get a signal through the sensor, we will make the other side, the actuator, to work.
Exactly. Nice. Very good answer. I'm really appreciate you. The thing is same. What's your name?
Hari Ram, sir.
Hari Ram. Okay, right, Hari. So as Hari mentioned, why I need your name is just Hari has mentioned now, or Hari has said now, like it will collect the data from environmental and it will take action via actuator. That's what I mentioned here. It will convert physical events into electrical signals. Okay, one example we will take. Like Hari said one example, I will say one more example. The thermometer. Now, what is the use of thermometer? It will measure the temperature. So it will take the temperature as a physical characteristic. What do you mean by the physical characteristic? The thing is, it will measure the data like, okay, the temperature is 28.5 degrees Celsius or some Fahrenheit. Then it will convert into electrical signal. What do you mean the electrical signal? That's what Hari said. It's an actuator. But ultrasonic sensor, Hari, one small suggestion. Ultrasonic sensor you can use always to measure the distance, not crossing the objects. The crossing the objects, you can always use infrared sensor. Okay, ultrasonic, the main purpose, the design, the mainly for to measure the distance between the objects. Okay, just a suggestion, but still your answer is really good. I really appreciate you. Then the next one is, this is sensor. Okay, that means it will collect the data from environment and it will convert into electrical signal. Guys, this is seems to be very basic question, but you will not prefer for interview. But if you will not say what is sensor, definitely we will not take you. Okay, because these are very basic question. Don't think that someone will ask us to design a ABS completely. No one will ask you to design a ABS completely. No, yeah, always basic questions will be there in the interview. Clear? So be ready. That is the reason I am explaining everything in a basic level. Then you can maybe think about it, why this guy is explaining about this and that. No, I just want to give the confidence to you, and I want to say that how the questions will be there in the automotive, because I'm coming from the same industry and I'm taking a lot of interview based on your resume is one part, but second part is these are the very common questions. If you will, for example, you are coming to the interview, I'm asking the question, what is sensor? If you don't know the answer, then definitely I will say that take your resume, we will get back to you. If someone says we will get back to you, means you are not selected. Okay, this is a indirect rejection. That means direct rejections from the corporate. So be careful. Okay, now we'll come back to the actuators. What do you mean by the actuator? What actuator will do? Now Hari said sensor will collect the data from my environment and it will give the input to the actuator. So see, sensor will collect the physical events, convert to electrical signal. Actuator will convert electrical signals into physical events. Okay, it's a vice versa. Clear? The example is, you have a motors, you have a heaters. Okay, these all are the common actuators. What it's doing, what motor is doing, what heater is doing. So the same way they are performing the actions. It's a reverse way. You can imagine you have an actuator, you have a sensor. Sensor is giving the input to actuator, actuator is giving the input to sensor. For an example, physical events, you have a heater. If heat is getting increased, then sensor will immediately detect and it will say to the actuator, that means motor, hey, switch off or switch on the AC because heat is increased. This is the tightly connection between the sensor and actuators. And we have a manual actuators, and we have a pneumatic actuators, hydraulic actuators, electric actuators, spring actuators. We have a lot. Correct? Okay. Now you have seen the sensors and actuators. Correct? Now can someone say what is the major differences? Then before that, if you want to see the manual actuators, means it's actually the control gears, levers and wheels. This is, we can say, the manual actuator. In olden days, it's inexpensive, not so much money. But the pneumatic actuators, these are the actuators are relevant with the gas pressure. We can say the gas pressure, so pneumatic actuators. Okay, and the hydraulic is actually to the fluid relevant. So use fluid to generate a pressure. Where we are using fluid to generate a pressure, there we are using hydraulic. Okay, so meaning is pneumatic actuator is a gas pressure. Instead of gas, we are using hydraulic actuators. That's what just 2 minutes before I said. And everyone are trying to invest money to in this area. Okay, the electric actuator is just mainly for electric motors. That's the electric actuator. Mainly, what the electric motor will do? Just it will open the valve and it will close the valve. That's all. This is the electric actuators. Then we have a spring actuator as well. The spring actuator is the pull and pack, the trigger actuators. We can say trigger actuators. Okay. Okay. Right. So this is actually sensor and actuators. And can you say someone, this is a one small image just I collected, and mainly for you should understand what is a sensor and actuator. The left side one is a sensor interface, right side one actuator interface. Can someone say the difference between sensor and actuator? That means physical to electrical, electrical to physical, clear. Taking input data, input, everything is clear. Anything else? Any other, you know? Okay, very basically I will ask one question. Which the device will convert the light energy into electrical energy?
Solar panels.
Solar panel is correct. That's an application. Solar panel contains what? You are right. It's a good, very good. So solar panel is correct, but what's there? Solar panel contains? I'll give some clue. Solar panel contains SCR. Okay. SCR contains?
Photovoltaic cells.
Yes. You're right. It's a photovoltaic cell. The SCR means silicon controlled rectifier. Okay, the anode, cathode, gate. It's a very electronic device, but it's okay. Right. Photovoltaic cell is the main reason for photovoltaic cell mainly used to convert the light energy into electrical energy. Okay, this is plays the main role in the sensor. And here actually in this actuator side is a motors, stepper motors. Okay, see this image. We have a sensors here. What will happen if it will active? It will go to the monitor, then it will analyze, then it will plan, then it will execute. Okay, but what's happening is passive is actually coming into the same, like monitor to again sensor here. The same way for actuators. So the data sensor to it will measure from the environment. It will change to physical to electrical. Then it will go to the input to the actuator. Then they will change to electrical to physical. Okay, this is one of the important concept, guys. So you can study about the sensors. And in car we are using a lot of sensors. Mainly is temperature sensor we are using, vibration, security, pressure, humidity, gas. We have a lot of sensors. Okay, everyone have a separate their own purpose, but the concept is still same. Okay, right. In automotive side, now we come to the automotive side. Then we have again a lot of intelligent sensors. We used to call an intelligent sensor because they should not delay even a single minute also, single seconds also. They should not delay it. They have to quickly answer it. That's called the automotive sensors. So automotive mobile sensors are intelligent sensor. We used to say it's mainly for pressure of oil, temperature, level of emission, coolant level. So these all are the important stuff in the automotive sensor side. Now you can see the types what I have mentioned: mass, airflow, engine speed, oxygen, mainly engine speed sensors. Okay, I will one more scenario. When the crash sensor is informing, then what kind of activity ECU will take? Immediately it will open the airbag. That's very clear. But inside the memory, what will happen is it will immediately fetch the current speed of the vehicle. Then it will immediately fetch the time which has the accident occurred. Everything will be stored inside the ECU. So these days, if one accident has happened, you can take the car inside the one carriage. They can easily will say what has happened during the accident time. They were in the like 30 km/h or 50 km/h or 100 km/h. Everything will be stored inside your ECU. So if your ECU is not getting damaged, that means engine ECU, then they can read and they can say everything, whatever has happened during the accident. Getting? This is the beauty of electronic control unit. Right. This is an example wherever you can see some common sensors in the car. The radar sensor currently it's mainly for distances in the autonomous side. It's needed, but still the infrared sensor mainly for to identify the objects. Okay, the ultrasonic sensor is fine to distance. Clear? And the AC, GPS, rear camera, That's already you people knows it. You already had a experience, but that's what you people are only enjoyed and enjoying the application. That means we all, but we as an engineer, we should understand what's happening inside the car, right? So any questions on the sensor part? It's a sensor measuring principle. Did you understand the sensor measuring principle? It's a very, that's what I'm saying, guys. In automotive, don't think that maybe they are developing a lot. No, everything is based on, now see, very simple. Photovoltaic cell is the main reason for sensor measuring principle. This is what happening. This is what there in all the sensors. But the accuracy based on the design will vary. Same. All the mobile phones, we can make a call, we can use WhatsApp, everything. But still, why we have to go to Apple or OnePlus or why IQ? So why we are going? Because everyone have a different. IQ is best for gaming, but still OnePlus is not that much good for game. Correct. So, but cost wise is almost same, 27 to 30. So in this case, but the photo wise IQ is really good, but OnePlus is again down. But the processor wise, actually general common Wi-Fi processor wise, OnePlus is good. So we have a lot of plus and minuses. The same way in the design. Even 10,000 also, 10,000 phone also we can take a photo, but still we have some qualities. So that is the difference only in the manufacturing of cameras. Sorry, sensors. Okay, you have a kind of different kind of sensors. Sensor measuring principle, you know it. An automotive sensor. This is automotive sensor, guys. So these all are the separate chapters in automotive mechatronics book. Any doubts? Maybe you can ask me whether how we'll use a sensor, how this will work. Any you want to know about any particular sensors? And we have a electric actuators as well. So in electric actuators we have different types. Many things are there. The rotary, linear. So it's very interesting to study about the car. It's equal to the, sometimes we feel that it's equal to the doctor. Okay, we are studying about each and every parts.
சார் செக்யூரிட்டி பத்தி சொன்னீங்களா சார் காருக்கு?
யா
சார் அதுல வந்துட்டு நம்ம ஒன் டைம் லாக் அன்லாக் பண்றப்போ வந்துட்டு அந்த 4 டிஜிட் நம்பர் மாதிரி இருக்குமா, அது மாறிக்கிட்டே இருக்கும்ன்ற மாதிரி ரீசெண்டா பார்த்தேன் சார்.
yes that's what a rolling key.
Okay sir.
It will change for every press. Say it's not a 4, it's actually, that's what I told in the 16 bytes data. அதாவது ஒரு 16 byte டேட்டா இருக்கும். அந்த 16 byte டேட்டாவை தான் நீங்க ஒவ்வொரு தடவை கீ பிரஸ் பண்ணும்போதும் அந்த டேட்டா வந்து ECUக்கு ஷேர் ஆகும். ஓகே, ஸோ ECU ஷேர் ஆகி ECUல ஒரு கால்குலேஷன் நடக்கும். அந்த கால்குலேஷன் ரொம்ப பெர்ஃபெக்டா மேட்ச் ஆனா மட்டும்தான் தென் வந்து உங்களோட டோர் வந்து ஓபன் ஆகும்.
ஓகே சார்.
ஓகே, ஸோ இங்க வந்து நிறைய செக்யூரிட்டி அல்காரிதம்ஸ் இருக்கு. செக்யூரிட்டி கீழே வந்து ரோலிங் கோட் ஜென்ரேட் பண்றதுக்கான செக்யூரிட்டி அல்காரிதம்ஸ் இருக்கு. வி ஹேவ் அ லாட். Okay, mainly the rolling code, not it's people used to say that sometimes hoping code as well. இது வந்து it's mainly used in the keyless entry system. In more deeper, if I have to say, we have an attack called replay attack. Okay, replay attack. அந்த ரீப்ளே அட்டாக்கை தடுக்கிறதுக்காக தான் not BMW, all the companies has, but the BMW side I can say that we have introduced a concept called keyless entry system. That means rolling code or hoping code. That's attack's name is called replay attack. This is a cryptography side. In cryptography side, we have since you asked the security side, we have a lot of algorithms. One is called AES, which can be used in the WhatsApp. We have a DES. It was a very old RSA, DSA, ECC. Currently what we are using. Okay, these all are the major common examples. Algorithms. So these algorithms will play the role with number of bits. 128 bit is WhatsApp. 128 bit means 8 bit equal to 1 byte. So you can divide it according to that. So like that, number of bytes will be calculated and the number of bytes will be multiplied or XOR or some logical expression we used to do it in the our calculation side. And finally we will produce a non-human readable text, that is called plain text will be converted into the crypted text. Okay, encrypted text. And decrypted text in the sense the hacker has to decrypt it from based on the encrypted machine. So here we are using a public key algorithm, private key algorithm. Okay, and symmetric algorithm, asymmetric key algorithm. So we have a lot of differences inside, and completely by using everything, finally one non-understandable text will be displayed. But think about it, it will happen everything in a minute. but to avoid only the replay attacks. And maybe the same mechanism you can use it to open your home door as well. It's not only for the cars, but now currently we are using in the cars. Okay, if for an example, if you have a 6 lakh, 7 lakhs rupees cars and you have a same kind of, then there the hacking is still possible, because they are not using that much higher efficient security algorithm, because everything is based on money. So if you need a higher security, then obviously we have to go to the higher end cars. For an example, Apple is costly. Why it's costly? Because security is much. Even though you are against the government, Apple will not reveal any information about you to the government. This is ethical. Okay, because according to their business, this is the deal. Even though you are threatening the complete world, they will not reveal anything. This kind of security is possible with Apple. That is the reason we are paying much. This is also one of the reason. But you can imagine the other mobiles, other vendors, it's actually security is very less. Normal security, very normal security. Okay, do you have any questions? Feel free to ask. See, I don't have any idea to talk about the replay attacks, the scoping code, but still when you are asking, I can say my experience.
I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
I came across in Audi, I think so. There was a feature that இப்போ கார்ல வந்து அவுட் சைட் பாடி வந்து டேமேஜ் ஆகாம இருக்கிறதுக்கு வந்து இப்போ ஹைவேஸ்லயே நம்ம டிராவல் பண்றோம்னா அந்த பாடியோட அவுட்டர் சைட் டிராவல் ஏதாவது ஸ்கிராச் ஆகிற மாதிரி ஏதாவது கார் வருதுன்னா இட்ஸ் பிளைண்ட் ஸ்பாட் டிடெக்ஷன்ல தெரிஞ்சிடும். அதே நேரத்துல ஒன் சைட் ஆஃப் தி கார் மட்டும் அப்படியே கொஞ்சம் ஒரு அப்வர்ட்ஸ் வேல லிஃப்ட் ஆகிற மாதிரி ஃபீச்சர் இருக்கிற மாதிரி ஆடியிலனா இருக்க மாதிரி பார்த்துருக்கேன்.
Yes, that topic is called blind spot detection. But you can it's a kind of future. அதாவது இந்த blind spot detection எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, they have to install the sensors in the bumper. Okay, உங்களோட outer bodyல they have to use to install the sensors. Install in the sense they have to keep the sensors and they will find out whether someone is trying to collide. No, what's your question? I think அது உங்களுக்கு blind spot detection அப்படிங்கிறது என்னன்னா, அது ஏன் அந்த நேம் blind spot detection வச்சிருக்காங்கன்னா, நீங்க கார் ஓட்டும் போது உங்க காருக்கு சுத்தி என்ன நடக்குதுன்னு உங்களுக்கு தெரியாது. ஓகே, அதனாலதான் அது பேரு பிளைண்ட் ஸ்பாட் டிடெக்ஷன் சிஸ்டம். என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, அங்க ஒரு சென்சார் கொண்டு வச்சிருவாங்க. எங்க உங்களுக்கு வேணுமோ அங்க சென்சார் வைப்பாங்க. சென்சார் வச்சு அதுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி தே வில் டிடெக்ட் இட். யாராவது ஏதாவது ஆப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் வந்து அதுல மோத வருதா, உங்களால பார்க்க முடியாத ஆப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் எல்லாமே அதுல வந்து அவங்களால பார்க்க முடியும். Okay, Bosch actually very good in this area. They have a Bosch mobility solutions. Nissan has it. All the people has the same feature. But in supplier la, Bosch have a very good idea in this area.
Okay, sir.
Okay, but நீங்க இப்ப கேக்க நான் முதல்ல சொல்ல வந்தது உங்களுக்கு வந்து பம்பர்ல வச்சு பின்னாடி இடிக்கிறது முன்னாடி நீங்க பார்க்க முடியாத ஏரியா. நீங்க சொன்ன அந்த சைடு அப்ரோச் இருக்கு பாத்தீங்களா, that means we used to say that corner. அந்த கார்னர்ல ஏதாவது வருதுன்னா then they have to keep a radar sensors. இப்போ நீங்க வந்து இந்த Audi, BMW, they used to keep a radar sensors. But when I have shown in the image, I just explained to Hari about the ultrasonic. By using ultrasonic also you can find out. But the ultrasonic they can use it in the cheap cars, average level cars. Okay, but high sophisticated luxury cars they have a radar sensors. Meaning is they will do the early detection. They want to do the early detection.
Okay.
Okay, so in the நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ற சென்சார்ஸ் பொறுத்து the fast and accuracy will vary, right? Okay, சரி, இப்போ நீங்க யோசிச்சு பாத்தீங்கன்னா இன்னொரு கார் மோதுறது ஓகே, பட் இந்த மாதிரி கான்செப்ட்ஸ் வந்து மெயின்லி invented and introduced mainly for autonomous cars, because if you are a driver or I will be a driver, I can just identify it. But when we are going to the autonomous cars, who will say that we are going in a wrong direction or some lane is going to collide, everything. So the blind spot detection is mainly introduced in autonomous cars. Majorly we need it. Okay.
Okay.
But now I will ask one question to you all, where we can really see the blind spot detection. Mainly in the sense in car, but under which not software, technology. It will come under driver assistance system. ADAS, where I said adaptive autos are where they are going to use. These all are the real-time example for driver assistance systems. Any questions? Still, if you need a more clarity, you can imagine நீங்க உங்க கார் டிரைவ் ஆகிட்டே இருக்கு, then immediately ஒரு barricade வச்சிட்டாங்க. Your even maybe your car is a complete intelligent sensors, everything is there, then automatically it will take a reroute where there is no barricade. Simple, by using blind spot detection sensor. That sensor is made up of mainly radar signals in a higher end cars. That's all. ஓகேவா? மெயினா என்ன நடக்கும் அப்படின்னா, நீங்க போயிட்டு இருக்கிற ரோட்ல ஏதாவது சேஞ்ச் இருந்தா மட்டுமே this alarm will be activated. இப்போ you can imagine transmission control system is there. Yeah, it's exactly still avoiding the, it's relevant with wheel and everything. But in this case, if you want to activate, you can activate. If you don't want to activate, you can make it to switch off. If you're a very good driver, you know very well the driving, then if you feel you don't want this feature, you can switch it off, because everything is a plug and play these days. Okay, satisfied with the answer or still you need more?
No, satisfied with the answer, sir.
Okay, but still if you'll ask me, okay, the blind spot detection la vandu neenga appadi enna dhaan sir ulla irundha use பண்ணுவாங்க, then again it's definitely it's going to be ultrasonic wave da, and the radar ultrasonic idellame same radar waves thane, so idha vechi da they will find out everything. Right, any other questions guys? If you have whatever the question, yeah, good. Yeah,
sir, we are using Maruti Suzuki Swift, sir. Okay. As we have come across that ABS system,
yeah,
the Maruti Suzuki Swift also having that ABS system.
Yes.
In that, what we have felt means while driving in a slow speed with AC,
yeah,
the braking system does not work properly. It becomes hard.
Okay.
Why that is happening, still we cannot identify, sir. We have took it to the garage and we have diagnosed.
Okay, what they said?
They said it may be the fault of that braking sensors and unit. We have changed the unit also in recent service. Again we are facing the same problem.
Okay, then it's not because of sensors, but now next we are going to see the ABS. The same question we will discuss there. Okay, I'll show on video generally where the sensor will play the role, then we can relate. Okay, the same. Next topic is ABS. Okay, there first we will see what is ABS, this and that, then immediately we can jump into your questions. Okay, I will explain you there actually how the sensor is placing the role in single channel and 4 channel, how it will happen, how the traction can be avoided, and why you have to push more the brake level is நீங்க ஏன் ரொம்ப அழுத்தம் கொடுக்க வேண்டியது இருக்கு. So guys, next one is we are going to see the anti-lock braking system. You all knows it about the anti-lock braking system. I'm not going to say anything newly about the anti-lock braking system, because everyone have felt it and have studied about it, and you people have seen what is anti-lock braking system and everything. Okay, but some interesting things I will tell you. It's a completely the closed loop control device. Okay, what do you mean by the closed loop control device? It will come under control system, what we have seen in the picture of Mechatronics. Okay, and again it's mainly designed for the safety purpose, there is no doubt on that. And here in this actually the vehicle stability and steering, that's what the main major focus. And we have some sensors like we have seen the wheel sensors and the speed sensor, gear pulsar, everything will be maintained, and this will monitor everything, and it will pass the information to ABS ECU, because it's one of the major and main safety feature. So automotive industry is maintaining a separate ECU for this. Okay, and they have a 2 kind of braking system. The system generally it will be used like cadence braking and threshold braking. Okay, they have a 2 kind of braking system. One is cadence braking and another one is the threshold braking. So the main purpose of your anti-lock braking system is to control the rate at which individual wheels accelerate and deaccelerate through the regulation of the line pressure. Okay, so acceleration and deacceleration. And if you will feel single channel, double, 2 channel, 3 channel, 4 channel, if 4 channel is means highly sophisticated car, and most of the cars have a 4 channel ABS in these days in India, have a 4 wheel sensors in all the 4 wheels. Okay, if we have a single channel in bike, then we'll only focus on one wheel, the front and back. That depends on the design. If two means two wheels can be focused. Okay, this is the difference between the channels, nothing more than that. But mainly it will focus on the acceleration, deceleration. Just maintain on the pressure, how you have given the pressure on the brake. Now, as our friends has just said, the same. You don't need to press that much generally, but if such things are happening, then definitely some problem inside the car. Okay, and the next step is actually the control signals. Whatever the signals will be generated by the controller. Which controller? Our ECU, and apply to the brake pressure. That means brake pressure is a unit, and it will derived. That means the pressure, apply the pressure, and everything is based on the output taken from your wheel speed sensor. Your wheel speed sensor is not working functionally working fine, then the information you will not get that much. For an example, your wheel sensor is not detecting properly, then your anti-lock braking system will not work full functional. So always we should check it. This is the way the anti-lock braking system will work. Meaning is it will collect the input from the your wheel sensor, and the information will pass to your ECU. Then ECU will automatically give the information to apply the pressure on the brake. Okay, so whatever you are seeing in the control module, that's a ECU. You have module unit, and but wheel sensor is the most important one. Okay, and we have some important components in this. You can see this image. With the ABS, what will happen? Without ABS, what will happen? Because you people already knows it. This is not new things. But if already one or two people doesn't know, maybe they doesn't have any experience on the cars, then you can see this image. What will happen without ABS and with ABS? Okay, now I'll show the video also. Then there we will start to discuss about more technical part. Then what is the main components of ABS? If you people are comes to interview, I will tell you, no one is going to ask like how ABS works, because everyone knows it. You can also simply say, and maybe some people will ask, what is the purpose of pump in this? What is the purpose of valves in this? Maybe they will ask some question, whether you people knows the idea or not. The main first component is speed sensor. The purpose of this one is monitoring the speed of each wheel, and they have to determine whether we have to accelerate or deaccelerate of the wheels. Just they will decide it. This is speed sensor. The valve is again the same. It's only for a air pressure to brakes during your ABS action. And pumpers, it's actually regulate and restore the pressure back to the brakes when we are releasing the valves, released by the valves. So the one of our friends said one scenario, mainly he is facing the problem is one of the components getting affected, maybe speed sensor or valve or pump, some problem we have it. But let's see deeper. Now next go to the controller part. The controller part is the ECU, will process all the information based on the signals. Okay, so any doubts on the main components? Speed sensor, you know, valve, you know, pump and controller. Now we'll go back to the video. I have a nice video to you. Here I will explain you what's actually happening. I will stop in between. Guys,
Yes,
can you
sir.
see my screen? Yes, right?
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, great, super. Okay, guys, I think you have seen till the concept of rolling, correct? When we are trying to apply the pressure on the brake, then it will stop the wheels. That's so. Here they have used the word called velocity. What do you mean by velocity? It's a very basic question because in the ABS we said it acceleration and deceleration. What is velocity?
Time, sir.
Nice. What do you mean by displacement then? Because we don't want a formula. You can say that what is actually velocity. So okay, is velocity is equal to speed? Is velocity and speed is both are same, then why we are using two words? We can use common one word, right? Correct, huh? See, 50 km per hour. What is it? Is speed or velocity?
Both are same, sir.
That's what. If both are same, then why we are using a two names? Even mechatronics and electromechanics is not same, but is simple. Still, we have some differences, right? That's the same way only I'm asking. If speed and velocity is same, then why we are using the two different names? That meaning is not both are same. Now my question is 50 km per hour is a speed or velocity? Guys, this is what the interview questions. That's what I'm saying. We are not going to ask you how ABS is working. We knows, you knows it. You will simply say the definition. But always, if you people want to, if I'm going to recruit you for the ABS ECU or safety ECU, these all are the terms are matter. What is velocity? What is torque? What is acceleration? What is speed? So everything is a basic physics. Now, what is the difference between velocity and speed? It's very simple.
Sir, speed shows
Yeah.
only the displacement, sir. But in velocity, displacement and direction will be mentioned, sir.
That's what. What do you mean by displacement here? Because you use the word called displacement.
Displacement means moving from one point to another, sir.
Okay.
Object which moves from one point to another.
Okay. Then speed also, the car is moving from 50 km per hour means it's moving, right?
Sir, but in speed, only the path is mentioned, sir. But in the displacement, both the path and direction is mentioned, sir, in velocity.
Correct. The velocity, actually, if you are 50 km per hour, means it's a speed. But you are traveling 50 km per hour in west direction or east direction or south direction. This is called velocity. Okay. So velocity and speed is not same. And here, based on these two techniques, these two terms only, you will come to know whether acceleration or deceleration. Clear? Did you get my point, guys? It's a very basic principle. So speed means how fast you are traveling. That is speed. Okay. Velocity is how fast you are traveling in which direction. That is velocity. Okay. Very basic basics. Clear? Right. Now we'll see. Now here, if velocity is 0 means what? Okay, I will ask one more question before go to the further. In the ABS side, the definition we have seen it. The sensor has to decide or determine whether we have to accelerate or deaccelerate. What do you mean by the acceleration then? If you are traveling in 50 km per hour in south direction, here, do we have acceleration? Question velocity, clear. Speed, clear. Now I'm asking the question of acceleration. Why I'm asking the question of acceleration? The reason is, based on your speed sensor, we will come to know whether we have to accelerate or deaccelerate in the point of ABS. ABS is only purely the design for mechatronics students. So now the question is, when you will accelerate, when you will deaccelerate, based on velocity and speed. In which case, now they are saying that velocity is 0. How you can say that? How you will come to know velocity is 0? So the thing is, if you are constantly traveling in 50 km/h in west direction, then your velocity is 0 because your acceleration is 0. The thing is, acceleration is always depending on your speed and velocity. If it is constant, then acceleration 0. Here the displacement point is also will play a role. Now I am traveling in a 50 km/h, but I'm just taking a right direction. That means I'm taking a right turn. Then now what about the acceleration? Whether the acceleration will vary or not? See, guys, first question enna
will vary, sir.
It will vary. Why? How?
Sir, because in that direction we are mentioning, sir, right direction, left direction, so that the sensor will Deaccelerate the speed, sir.
You are right. Very good. இதுதான் அந்த working principle. That's all. If you will study or if you will think about like this, then like how he said, the same way, because sensor automatically has to deaccelerate because you are taking a right turn. So என்ன ஆகுது அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, your velocity is getting changed because till now you have traveled on a south, immediately you are taking steps on west or east, then automatically your velocity will change, because velocity means, but speed is still constant. You can imagine if I'm keeping speed still constant, somehow I'm a good driver and I'm still managing in the same speed, 30 km/h, we can imagine. So in that time, still acceleration will vary because it's based on the speed and velocity. Okay, now here the displacement point will come to identify your initial velocity to the final velocity. Then you people will minus in the mathematical formula or in your side, final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time, how much you traveled or speed, whatever it is. Okay, this is the real mechanism of ABS. Like, let's see the further video. Here they have a two kind of velocity. One is in the top side, whatever they have shown it, rotational velocity, and another velocity is called translational velocity. See what they are coming to say, that is your translational velocity and rotational velocity if the difference should be 0. Okay, it's a complete example of BMW car. See guys, in this case, here in the BMW side, we are showing two examples. One is when your front wheel is getting turn, then other four wheels also coming in the same way, then there will be no problem. But when your translation velocity is still constant, but your rotation velocity is only changing, then automatically car will be in straight position. Then it will lead to the accident. So here they are explaining that translation velocity is constant, but rotational velocity is only changing. Yes, so here in this case, your translation velocity and rotational velocity is not same. So in this case, we have a problems. In this case, now the four wheels, the translational velocity and rotational velocity is becoming a 0. So this is the example. This is the way only it will happen inside the BMW when you want to turn completely your car, or you want to park, or you want to enter inside mall or theater somewhere. So in four wheels has to act in a way of, then finally velocity of the four wheels should be 0, because the reason is the translational velocity and rotational velocity is equal. So now they are explaining, when you have seen the steering mechanism, now in the BMW car, when you want to apply a brake during a driving, your wheel will not get spin. So there will be no rotational velocity, only translation velocity will be there. So now the example for if you have only one velocity. This is one example when you are applying a brake, that time the wheel will not get rotated, but it will be tilted. அதாவது ஒரு பக்கம் சாஞ்சி அப்படியே நீங்க அந்த ரோட்ல தேய்மான சவுண்ட் கேட்கும் இல்லையா, அந்த டைம்ல ரொம்ப வேகமா when we are applying a brake, then what will happen? Wheel will not rotate, but still one translation velocity will be applied. There will be no rotational velocity. Yes, see, here they are saying the word called torque. So you can imagine that real torque example is when you are going to open your door, the axis when you are pushing, that means you will turn when you are going to open your home door, it will turn or it will put a key, then you will push or pull the door this side or that side. So this is a real example for torque. So when you don't have ABS, then when you are suddenly applying a brake, then what will happen, what kind of how accident will happen, they are explaining it. Now did you get the point? What was the problem previously we have without ABS, with velocity and torque? Guys, it's a very simple physics principle. Till now what you have seen is what kind of problem we have inside the car by only using three common terms what we have studied in school. One is velocity, second one is speed, third one is torque. Any questions on this? That means still one more part is there, how we can solve the problem by using ABS. Okay, then I have one question here. We have a two kind of torque. One is static torque and dynamic torque. Okay, what is the difference between these two? The static torque, when you are going to push a closed door in your home, this door is completely static. Okay, because door is not going to rotate even though you applied a force. Correct? This is called a static torque. Okay, pedaling a cycle at a constant speed, it's actually a static torque. Then now I have to ask one question. If I am pedaling a cycle in a constant speed, do we have any acceleration? Guys, நீங்க சைக்கிள் ஓட்டுறீங்க ஒரு கான்ஸ்டன்ட் ஸ்பீட்ல, அப்ப இது வந்து ஸ்டாட்டிக் டார்க் தான், பட் இஸ் தேர், கேன் யூ ஃபீல் எனி ஆக்சலரேஷன் தேர்? Speed is constant, you are traveling in a same direction, so no acceleration. Clear? Okay, then we'll go to the dynamic torque. If a dynamic torque where we will apply is in car, actually we are using a dynamic torque. We are applying a dynamic torque because when you are driving the shaft in a racing car, accelerating from the start line, it will lead to the dynamic torque because it must be producing an angular acceleration. That means acceleration of the wheels. Here it's nothing is constant. This is called dynamic torque because நீங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி ஜீரோல இருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி வேகமா போகும்போது your speed is getting varied. Maybe your direction is same, but your speed is not same. So this is called a dynamic torque. Now let's see how BMW is solving the ABS problems. See guys, in ABS BMW car, you can see the speed sensors in every wheels in this way. This is called a modulator unit. So the slip ratio, we should keep it in the 12%, then only the ABS will work properly. So for that one, inside the algorithm, everything will be supported. At the same time, we have changed the mechanism also according to that. Did you get the point, guys? How they are applying the intermittent brake in according to BMW mechanism, and which is supporting, that means reduce brake force, almost rolling, how they are achieving the, that means how the driver can handle the car properly. The concept is called EBD, electronic braking distribution. So for ABS, what's the basic understanding is speed, velocity, acceleration, torque. If you know these four, then the ABS design is nothing. Clear? So the complete design is based on the very basic physics. This is what ABS is working functionally. Any question on this part? As we have only 10 minutes, so please let me know if you have questions. If you didn't understand clearly, tell me, I will explain you. Okay, now I have one question. How mechatronics engineer can play the role here? If someone is calling you for to work in the ABS, so what kind of role you people will play? Where you people are showing interest, or where you people are feeling, okay, maybe you can use your technology or your idea on this part. And again, one more application is ACC. ACC is adaptive cruise control. So adaptive cruise control is also the same, but already you know that it's this. Actually, we are designing the system to help vehicle to maintain a safe following distance and stay within the same limit. That means the same speed limit. So the system itself will adjust the speed, car speed automatically. And the drivers no need to do anything. Any questions? ABS, transmission control system, and adaptive cruise control. These all are talking about the same, but adaptive cruise control little bit far. It's about the car intelligence completely, because car itself has to decide to maintain in the common limit. So then the sensory technology should work in a more intelligent way, because it should avoid the collisions, and brake and everything should be properly managed. So it should be proper. That is the only thing is in the adaptive cruise control. And the problem in adaptive cruise control, you can see that it's not fully autonomous. Okay, it's partial autonomous. So we have to be more safe when we are using the adaptive cruise control system. Okay, wherever you go, still we are using a radar, lidar based distance detection. So these all will be applied in autonomous cars as well. So this is the general automotive mechatronics way, where ABS, transmission control system, everything is playing a role. Okay, so from here, what's your further questions? So generally, you know that four channel, 3 channel, 2 channel, 1 channel, it's everything is based on how we are keeping the wheel sensors in how many wheels. Okay, if you are keeping 2 channel for the cars, and safety is very less. So in the 1 channel, single channel ABS bikes, you know it, and 2 channel already you know that. So this is the way. But still you can ask me, okay, we have these many things, but still why accident is happening? See, these all are the technologies is only helping you to avoid and less road accidents. It's not like we have a tablets, we have a machines, everything. That means are we fully fit? No, still we have a problem in our health. The same problem, the same way for automotive side as well. So these all are can help to reduce the number of accidents, and in cases we can save our lives. In airbags also the same case. Okay, but the traction control system and the ESC, everything is the same way. Like for an example, your car will not get tilt from here and there. It will automatically safely manage it. These all are, everything is based on the electronics and software codes, guys. So as a mechatronics from point of view, you can always feel that in robotics you can work, but in the robotics also software code is mandatory. Okay, and you can work in industry 4.0. In the, okay, I said already industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 is nothing. Industry 4.0 is a version name. In 1960s, we have generated the power by based on the steam engines. Correct. That's the first initial step. And there was no manufacturing industry, nothing, no tools, nothing. So everything is done by manually. Then we move to steam engines. It's industry 2.0. In industry 3.0 in the 1980s, nearly, we started to use the PLCs, SCADA, those missions. We got the missions, but we need a human support, human machine interface, HMI. Those all are have introduced in the industry 3.0. But now in the industry 4.0, actually, it's now purely for mechatronics, guys. You know why? Because there we have a machine learning, big data, and robotic stuff, and IoT, IoE, everything we need it in the industry 4.0, because mission is going to communicate with the mission. Already in cars also we notice the same, right? V to V, vehicle to vehicle communication. So these all are the automotive side in electronics. These all are the mainly focus areas for the mechatronics, guys. So you can always don't think that you can only work in a mechatronics way. No. So you can place your role in automotive electronic side, or in robotic side, or in software side, but software side is not like a service. So you should become a developer. Okay, so please be careful when you are going to attend the interview. You are getting a job, that's well and good, but if you want to achieve in the same way where you have studied, then automotive is also offering one side like more jobs, and you can explore a lot, and you will feel that whatever you studied, you are doing the same work in automotive side. Okay, guys. And already I told you, we have a lot of opportunities there, and still the world is moving towards the electric vehicle and autonomous vehicle and hydrogen based cars. So no one is going to stop or completely avoid the automotive industry. So you people will have a very good futures there. But how you have to prepare yourself for the automotive industry is, you should know about the vehicle side informations, and still you are then you are coming from a mechatronics side, you should know about the basic physics. Okay, how sensor is working, this and that, active steering, adjustment system, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, high pressure components, because these all are you people only know is it, and mainly the common rail systems. So these all are the things only mechatronics people can do. Okay, so these days, so one thing you can keep in your mind in the mechatronics, that means automotive electronics side, now the electronics role is major, so you people can easily step into the automotive sector, and lot of companies are there in India, including BMW and other RD, Benz, and lot of suppliers are there. So you can attend the interview in the supplier side, and you can get a very good job. Automotive industry will keep you busy and more learning as well. And if you want to come into the development side, and you people can note it, the word called AUTOSAR, automotive open system architecture. Okay, you will not have a very free tools in outside market, but still you can refer about what is AUTOSAR is saying. You know what is the beauty of the AUTOSAR? You can imagine BMW and Robert Bosch. BMW is getting the engine ECU from Robert Bosch. So now Robert Bosch will decide whatever they have to, even though they are a supplier, original equipment manufacturer is BMW, but still they have a dependency with Robert Bosch. Okay, but after introduced AUTOSAR, now before AUTOSAR, after AUTOSAR, we can say. After AUTOSAR, they no need to depend with the Bosch. If Bosch is creating some problem to BMW, they will immediately say, I don't want anything from you. You can move out of the business. I will get the things from Continental. This is a flexibility as given by AUTOSAR, Automotive Open System Architecture. It's an architecture how you have to do the configuration and development for ECUs, not only the engine ECU, for all the ECUs. So you can imagine we have a 80 ECUs inside the car, then not only the 80 applications, plenty of applications. So think about it. For BMW, original equipment manufacturer, do you think BMW is manufacturing all the ECU? No, they are getting all the ECUs from the supplier. BMW is not at all manufacturing any unit, any ECU. They are the owner for the design. They are the owner for the requirement. For an example, the rolling key, what we discussed, these all are the requirement comes from BMW. But still they are getting everything from external vendors, external companies. Clear, guys? So now, did you get the point? உங்களுக்கு இப்ப புரிஞ்சுதா automotive industryல வந்து எவ்வளவு job opportunities mechatronics students-க்காக இருக்குன்னு? Because within the limited time we have shared the, I think somewhat maybe you have some understanding about the ECU, where ECUs we are placing, how the communication is happening, how the CAN protocol is play the role, and networking level what will happen. Then even when we are coming to ABS, how the ABS is working in the BMW side, and it's one of the example, because we have a lot of examples, but we don't have much time to discuss about especially this. If for an example, if you'll come to your college, then maybe we'll show many things in from directly, so you can start to work and you will get some hands-on. But in online only we can share the details. Okay, just I have explained you the outer layer, what is automotive mechatronics is there, and what is the role, how you can place, and what are the things you can learn, how it will be in interview. So these are the things. Hopefully you get the information, at least you have some idea, you're getting some idea. So that's what I coming from the what's happened in the 1880s. எங்க இருந்து எலக்ட்ரோ மெக்கானிக்ஸ் எப்படி ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகி எப்படி மெக்கட்ரானிக்ஸ்ங்கிற ஒரு வார்த்தைக்குள்ள வந்து, so now what is the position of mechatronics, that's you should know about the history. That is the reason I said what is electromechanics. In 1960 mechatronics the word introduced, and after that now what is the position of mechatronics and where is the industry 4.0. These are very big concepts, so we need a day or 2 days to talk about only to understand about the industry 4.0. But even though somehow I managed to explain only the definition, and I'm really happy you had some questions and we interacted relevant with security side. And other security is another major part. We have idea, but we don't have time to only talk about all those. So do you guys have any questions?
Thank you, sir. You shared the very useful information about automotive, ECU, OBDS, sensor and actuators, how to working the ABS system. This I think is very useful, sir. At the end of the section, as a honor to vote of thanks on the occasion of the guest lecture of our mechatronics students, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to Chief Guest Mr. Karudaiyar G, sir, our beloved Chairman and Vice Chairman, our respected Principal, esteemed HOD sir, all faculty members, non-teaching staff, and my dear students. All your presence made this day a memorable day. Thank you for listening, for inspiration, for encouragement, and most importantly, for giving your time and making your presence. Thank you all once again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much to Vimal sir and Sona College and Mechatronics department. Thanks for this opportunity. I really enjoyed to explain these stuffs. Hopefully, if everything goes fine in future, also we'll connect it. Thank you so much. Have a nice day to you all and happy weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.